So NFTs started off as a bit of an esoteric concept discussed in blockchain backrooms, but more recently they've exploded to the forefront of modern pop culture, taking a variety of different forms, from digital kittens, crypto kitties, sports highlights, NBA Top Shots, music downloads, Kings of Leon, and digital art auctioned at Christie's. So what are NFTs? Why are they interesting? And what are the legal issues to consider? Myself and my regulatory colleague Gavin will be exploring the answers to some of these questions. So what is a non-fungible token? It's best to go back to first principles. What is non-fungible? What is fungible? Something is fungible like a dollar bill or Amazon share, where you can readily exchange it for another dollar bill or Amazon share, and you continue to own the same thing. The item's value defines it rather than its unique properties. Contrast that with something which is non-fungible, something which is unique or not interchangeable. So for example, you can't readily exchange one unique piece of artwork for another unique piece of artwork without owning something fundamentally different. NFTs are non-fungible because of the unique data included within each token, which comprises code and other metadata, sometimes unique URLs. The NFT is a token that resides on a blockchain solution, like the public Ethereum blockchain, but there are others that can be used to create and mint NFTs, such as Polkadot, Cosmos, and Flow. The blockchain tracks the transaction history of the NFT from the date it was first issued to every subsequent onward transfer. You then have a user interface or NFT marketplace which interoperates with the back-end blockchain solution. So an example might be OpenSea. And it's from this NFT marketplace that end users can buy and sell their NFTs. And then the ledger, the back-end blockchain solution, is updated accordingly. So why is it interesting? Well, it represents a new way for brands to engage directly with consumers in the digital age. So for example, with Kings of Leon, they got a lot of brand exposure from offering an NFT which represented a right to download their new album. And the NFT also represented rights to backstage passes and VIP passes to upcoming gigs. It also represents a great way for certain content creators, such as digital artists, to better monetize their work. And finally, it's a way for consumers to acquire unique digital assets and digital collectibles. Think of it as the next generation of the paper-based football Panini trading cards that were traded in schoolyards in the 90s. So what does an NFT represent? Well, as I mentioned, the NFT includes within it certain unique data, which could be code and other metadata, including perhaps a unique URL. Broadly speaking, NFTs so far have fallen into two buckets. The first one is where you have an NFT which tracks or links to a physical asset, such as a luxury good, maybe diamonds. So the seller sells the luxury goods to the buyer, and they then create a certificate of ownership and authenticity, which they then digitize and embed within an NFT, and then they transfer that NFT to the buyer. So the buyer then has this digital immutable record, which they can then use to prove they own the asset and it's authentic. And that can come in handy, especially if they're looking to onward sell the asset. And it's much better than a paper-based certificate, which could be lost or doctored. The second, probably more interesting category is where the NFT represents a right to do something with a licensed copy of something. So the example of Kings of Leon, you've got unique data included within the NFT, including a unique URL. You click on the unique URL, that takes you to a web server hosting the music file, which you can then download. So the content, the music file, isn't embedded within the token because that's just too compute intensive. It's hosted off the chain. And then you have a right to do something with that music file, typically download it and listen to it for non-commercial purposes.